Howdy y'all, it's Anna with Always Right, and in today's editing vlog, yeah, it's the first ever editing vlog. It's not a writing vlog, it's an editing vlog. I'm so excited. But in my first editing vlog, I'm going to be reading through my book here. So I had to do some research into revising a novel. That's one of the things I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, is I've been doing research into what the heck I need to prepare, what I need to do to actually revise my novel. I like to think that I'm an organized person, and yes, I have given edit suggestions and I've written my novel and XYZ, but I've never actually sat down and fully revised something. I've edited something, I've done line edits, done those kind of edits, I've done tiny edits, but I've never sat down with my novel and been like, okay, let's get doing. So I am doing the Susan Dennard method of revision. There will be a link to her blog down below. It's a very outlined, very detailed kind of program for revising your novel. It's free. You just have to print it out if you want to print it out. You can save them. They're PDFs. I chose print because I like having stuff in front of my face. And the thing she says to do first for revising your novel is to read it all the way through. And while you're reading it, to outline problems such as plot, setting, character, and other. And then she has 4 different worksheets that you can fill out and use. So that's what we're gonna do. I was kind of going more the Alexa Dunn path, which is not as organized. It's not as outlined as this, but basically from what I could tell she did is she would read through, she'd write on little note cards what was wrong, if there were any issues, and she'd put them on a corkboard. For the last 2 weeks, I have been thinking of my book, I've been kind of brainstorming, I've been going through XYZ for it, and I was able to come up with 6 problems throughout my book that I knew I had, and I put them on little note cards, put them on a corkboard, and I'm gonna read through my book today and tomorrow, because today is Sunday, my usual writing day. But I'll also be recording tomorrow, me going through it and outlining all of my problems, so yay. Welcome to the revision vlog. It's gonna be very boring for you. I'm sorry, it's not exciting. Revising isn't as spicy as writing, because I already know what happened. Now I get to edit stuff and make sure it happens the way it should be happening. So during my 2-week break, I have been reading books, I've been playing video games, I've been watching TV shows, watching movies, I've been enjoying my life, doing things I previously couldn't do because I was writing. I've been missing writing. I've been missing my book. One book that I've been reading is the Self-Editing for Fiction Writers. And this is not as helpful as I thought it would be when I first bought this 3 years ago. This book did not cut it when it came to kind of revision and actual revision aspects of my book. This book feels a lot more like fine-tuning your book before you send it out. It's not as helpful for a first revision of a book. This covers a few topics that will make for really good videos in the future. This book did not help me when it came to revision, so I was really disappointed in that. I read a few chapters of this, and it's more kind of once you've revised your book and you're getting rejection letters, what you can do to fix that. It doesn't really read as this is how you actually edit your book, 101. The Susan Dennard stuff is 101. So I'm gonna go off the Susan Dennard stuff, and then once I've gone through the Susan Dennard method, I'll probably go through this book and apply its suggestions to my story, and then I'll follow up with this, which is the first 5 pages, which talks about basically how to write your book so you can get requests from literary agents. This one I know is pretty good. This one I've heard suggested quite a few times. This one I have never heard suggested, and I understand why now. I have 6 sticky notes from the last 2 weeks of just reflecting. I have not touched my computer. I've done nothing with it other than move it into my bedroom so it would be easier to find and safer and out of the way. And now I'm gonna pick it back up, and I already know that the first 3 chapters, I think, need to be rewritten. I'm gonna start reading. It's exciting stuff. I literally just started reading, and I can already tell you that I really like it. I feel like some of these lines are a little repetitive for the very beginning, but considering I did these back in November for NaNoWriMo, I'm pretty impressed with them. Like, they're not bad. They're not miserable. I'm happy with them. I can definitely see where I can cut some words, where I need to thin it a little, which is, love it. I just finished chapter 1, which is 1,800 words. Actually, I just finished chapter 1, which is 1,700 words, and I have 3 note cards for it. 2 of them have to do with setting. One of my things was to rewrite the entire chapter, and I started highlighting words that I did not like, a verbiage that I did not like, that I could tell was filler for NaNoWriMo. So finally on to chapter 2. Chapter 2 is 2,600 words, so I really hope there's not as many problems there, but I can already tell you there will be. Yay. I'm a grand total of 3 chapters in. It's taken me about 10-15 minutes a chapter. Granted, the last chapter was really long. I like to think that I'm breezing through this reread of my book. Out of the first 3 chapters, I have to rewrite 2 of them. So I'm just like, So I kind of regret doing this book at the beginning. With NaNoWriMo, I wish that I had rewritten it entirely instead of using that 20,000 at the beginning, because I'm going to have to go back and redo those. Yay! I've pieced together some things. I've kind of solidified some things in my mind, like from finishing this book, and I've changed how I want to approach this story, if you will, in some regards. So, yeah, and I've also been learning about also reading and stuff. I've been learning about characterization, so I kind of know how I want to introduce my characters, kind of things I want to say about them, instead of before I was just like, oh my god, I have to get 1,600 words on the page. We've got to go fast, you know, because of Nano. So, ooh, yeah, Nano made this a little more difficult on myself, but it did get me about 30K through. So we'll see if by the end of like my 7th chapter, if I still feel that it's okay, it can be fixed, or if I'm like really upset about Nano, about all my writings I did in Nano. So find out in the next, actually you'll find out, like, here are all of my little notes. Out of the first 7 chapters I've read, there is 1 that can just be totally left alone. I don't have to do anything to it. 2 I have to totally rewrite. And then there's like 3, I think, that do need a little work here, there, you know. It's 11 p.m. basically. So I'm gonna go shower, get ready for bed. My goal is ideally to hit about the 25 chapter mark, or at least like the 20 chapter mark. So tomorrow I can just kind of read during breakfast, do my work, read in the evening, be done, you know. It's going quickly. I will say I did skip some sections on the chapters that I knew I was gonna have to totally rewrite, and I know how I'm gonna rewrite them, and I have written down on my little notes like how to rewrite them, what I want that scene to be instead. So it's not gonna be like a big ordeal. I don't think it's gonna be the most painful thing in the world. It's just gonna take time. After I look at all my note cards, put them on my whiteboard, and think about things, I will then estimate how long I think it will take. It shouldn't take that long, but I don't really know. I won't really know until then. So I might have an estimate, deadline for myself at the end of this video or the beginning of next week's video. So I'm gonna go get ready for bed because it's late. It's very late. Okay, I was just about to go to bed. I got my hair dried. I got through, I think, 2 more chapters. I'm now on chapter 10. Things are going smoothly. The first few chapters were just really rough. I'm gonna rewrite them, like I said earlier. So I don't really have a lot of stress. I'm not looking at this going, oh my god, like, oh, when did I write this? I don't remember writing this. I'm rereading it and I'm going, oh, like, this is nice, you know? I won't have to do as much work on revision as I thought I would. Basically, my goal is to get the reader hooked in the first 3 chapters. That's why I'm having to rewrite 2 of the 3 first chapters. And from there, I think the pacing's been pretty good. It's been pretty even. I know when I go through it for like actual revisions, I'm gonna do a full after, I'm gonna do some line edits, and that should correct any minor pacing issues I'll have. So, yay! I'm gonna go to bed. It is midnight and it's getting a little cold. It's getting a little cold in my house, which means bedtime. So, I'll see you all in the morning. Yay! Good morning. It is Tuesday. Yesterday I got the news that my COVID test came back positive, and I'm like, of all the tests to pass, why this one? But I spent most of yesterday just kind of getting my stuff in order for work, just talking to family, friends, reassuring them that I'm fine, because I am. I have very mild symptoms. I just get like the fatigue from it. But it is Tuesday morning. It's almost 11. I've been listening to Dragon Teeth by Michael Crichton this morning while I made my cappuccino and I got my yogurt. And I think I have about 30 minutes left in that audiobook. So I'm gonna try to finish that today. I'm reading my book. I'm enjoying my book so far. It's Tuesday, so my goal is to edit my video for today and finish reading this. I already know that I'm gonna have to rewrite, not the entire act 1, but like the first 3 or 4 chapters, so that there's a little more stakes, or so the stakes are a little clearer at the beginning of the book, and it's not just like a one-off line of, oh, there's danger, you know, so I want there to actually be danger. Cheers. I'm not gonna put makeup on today because I'm gonna be sleeping on and off in between reading, but I'm really excited to get my reading done so that this next week I can actually get some revisions done. Yay! I think I will be doing more kind of like day-to-day vlogs, not so much just like a pure Sunday vlog where I'm just doing stuff, because I'm gonna be revising over the week and I don't think there's really a fun way to revise. Once I read all of this, I will lay out all of my note cards that I have. I'm gonna get back to reading. I was just in the middle of editing and this started to happen. It is pouring rain. It hasn't rained here for almost a full month. So to get this much rain all of a sudden is insane. Let me see if I can get her a little, there you go. Isn't that fun? That's cool. Yeah, also my backyard is a mess. All those little metal things in the bottom right-hand corner are from the previous owner. So yay. But yeah, it is pouring rain. I just finished lunch and it was like a little thundering. It was thundering a little outside. I was watching a Netflix show called Indian Matchmaking or something like that. It's really interesting. I like it so far. It just started raining and I was like, it's the middle of the day, what is it doing? This is just a storm that decided it's my time. I'm about halfway through my book. It is Thursday, my dudes. But it is Thursday. I have been pretty worn down with the corona. It's been hard to read and focus on my book. So I've been sleeping, trying to get better from that. And it's really kind of scary. It's kind of scary because I've had lots of colds, bronchitis, all the fun things I've had before, and they've never smacked me on my ass like this. So, yay. That's why I look like absolute garbage. Documenting my garbage phase. But I'm going to turn the camera around so that you can see the outside again. So it's not raining as hard, but I don't have to water my plants tonight because of it. Ooh-ah. Yeah, it's exciting. Oh, there's lightning. Yeah, I love thunderstorms. Okay, I'm doing something that I kind of preach against while I'm doing this revision. Most of my chapters are really clean. They don't have like a lot of line edits or anything. When I reach a sentence or a paragraph that I think is worded weird, I'll just highlight it. But what I've been doing is kind of going in and filling in words, which sounds really stupid, but I've been kind of doing some basic teeny tiny edits, like for sometimes I would get a little ahead of myself and I would skip a word, or I'd hit the comma instead of the period. So I'm going back through my book, and while I'm making notes on the chapters and all that fun stuff, I've also been cleaning up sentences. I'm only doing it on chapters that I know I'm not going to rewrite. So it's like I'll read the chapter and I'll usually know about 2-3 paragraphs in on that chapter if I'm gonna have to rewrite it. And if I don't have to rewrite it, or I don't think there's anything that's like really major in it, I'll kind of do minor cleaning. I'm not doing like major overhauls or anything. I also have a spreadsheet that I've created that is basically titled like Feathers, which is the title of my book. And then I have all my chapters listed out, like chapter 1 through chapter 45, literally as like chapter 1, chapter 2. And then I have the day of the beginning of the revision or the reread, and then the day of the end of the revision or the reread. And then I have a section that's like for reread 1, you know, revision 1. And so on my reread column, I'm writing down if that chapter has big problems, medium problems, small problems, no problems. I've only had 2 chapters that have big problems and only 2 chapters that have no problems, so that's very interesting. Most of them have small problems, like I need to go in and fix a paragraph here or there, but it's not like major, like I have to, oh my gosh, I just have so much work on it. So that's what I've been doing with my revision. It's taking a while to reread it, and that's just because I'm sick, so goodbye, Rain. Nah, I'm gonna go watch my show. I'm back. It is basically the end of July. It's like 2:30 on a Wednesday, my dudes. Finally, it's Wednesday, my dudes. Ah! Just kidding. Anyway, I have not touched my book at all for the last like week or something. I got really, really sick at the end of last week, so I'm pretty tired. COVID is kicking my ass multiple ways, but I haven't even been able to read. I wish I could. I just can't. I said earlier in the previous segment that brain no and work so good right now, and it's not. However, I can stay upright for about 4 hours a day right now, and I'm gonna use at least an hour or 2 of that time to reread my book. I'm really hoping to get through 5-7 chapters today. I know that's not a lot considering my book is 45 chapters long. We'll get there. But that's my goal as of right now. I'm heating up chicken nuggets because I wanted ranch dressing, and that's the entire reason. But I need a vessel for the ranch. I'm not gonna pull out a straw. So I'm gonna start reading. I'll be back. I look like garbage. Hello, garbage, I am your twin. It's been so long since I read any part of my book that my computer like just shut down. It's like, goodbye, friends. This is my revision tracker. And since I'm just doing a reread, I'm just writing down the chapters that I see that have any problems. As you can see, I got to 21. Which is basically the midpoint of my book. The end of my book has a lot of shorter chapters. The pacing just picks way up, what can I say? But this is how I'm tracking it. And this is mainly just to kind of keep track and kind of see where I need to put more of my efforts into the book. Because see, there's like a few big problems, medium problems. The big problems basically means a total rewrite. No problems is very rare, as you can see. I think I have 2. And then the small problems means that I need to go through and just copy and paste the stuff I like, and maybe, you know, do some line level edits, no major developmental edits. I'm eating my little nuggies with ranch, mainly ranch, and editing as I go. And oh my god, I just found one of my favorite typos that I've ever done. He glanced at her through the rearview menu. Ah! Okay. Whoopsies! That should have been mirror. Oh my gosh. Like, I found a few other hiccups where I did like the genders backwards. I was like, she grabbed his face or she framed his face with her hands or something. And I was like,
That's not right. That's actually, it's supposed to be the other way around. Okay. Whoopsies. Whoops. Oh, word sprinting brain does not like this. As you can tell, I didn't edit at all as I was writing. Review menu, Jesus. Her met his eyes in the mirror. I just found that, like, right when I turned my camera off. I was like, okay, back to editing. Her met his eyes. I was like, I promise I know English. I promise. One sentence, I say, his eyes were sharp, but he tried to hide that by not looking at her. Then in the very next line, he says, hey, look at me. It's like, wait a minute. My God. It's really fun to see how the writing process goes. I see you, brain. I see you. Not full functioning when I was writing this, not even editing. You ready for this? Where did that? He turned a burning gaze to his knees that was balled up on his knees. Anatomy. Why? I just got to chapter 33, so I've done 11 chapters. There's like one character in my book that is driving me crazy because I don't like how I wrote him in my first draft, and I've kind of come up with like a real personality for him because he was really wishy-washy, like, oh, confident, not confident, confident, not confident. But it was in such an inconsistent way that could be like his personality, you know. So I've been outlining what I want his personality to be, and I've been highlighting the chapters that he's in. Based on my spreadsheet, I love spreadsheets, but no, based on my spreadsheet, there are about 5 chapters on the second half of my Act 2 that I need to at least write or rewrite a section of. And yeah, it's gonna be a bit of work. I think I'm going to go lay down for a bit because I'm not feeling great. I should be able to finish rereading this book tomorrow, if nothing else. So there's that. Also, I've run out of note cards. All these are used. They're all note cards that have notes on how to better my book. And I'm just like, god dang. So my goal still with this book is to only revise it 2 or 3 times max and send it off. And if it doesn't get published, I'm just gonna move on to the next book. I'm gonna let you go, so thank you all so much for watching. If you made it this far, please hit that like button. I post writing, revision, rereading, kind of like vlogs, if you will, writing vlogs, most Tuesdays, and then I do other 2 videos on Fridays. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, let's get writing. Bye!